Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Prabhu, ಹೇಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ?
ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ.
ಓಕೆ,
ಸರಿ.
ಶುರು ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಓಕೆ. ಓಂ ನಮೋ ಭಗವತೆ ವಾಸುದೇವಾಯ. ಓಂ ನಮೋ ಭಗವತೆ ವಾಸುದೇವಾಯ. ಓಂ ನಮೋ ಭಗವತೆ ವಾಸುದೇವಾಯ. ನಾರಾಯಣಂ ನಮಸ್ಕೃತ್ಯಂ ನರಂ ಚೈವ ನರೋತ್ತಮಂ ದೇವಿಂ ಸರಸ್ವತಿಂ ವ್ಯಾಸಂ ತತೋ ಜಯಮುದೀರೇ. ನಷ್ಟಪ್ರಾಯೇಷು ಅಭದ್ರೇಷು ನಿತ್ಯಂ ಭಾಗವತ ಸೇವಯ ಭಗವತೆ ಉತ್ತಮ ಶ್ಲೋಕೆ ಭಕ್ತಿರ್ಭವತಿ ನೈಷ್ಟಕಿ. ಮೂಕಂ ಕರೋತಿ ವಾಚಾಲಂ ಪಂಗುಂ ಲಂಘಯತೆ ಗಿರಿಂ ಯತ್ಕೃಪಾತಮಹಂ ವಂದೇ ಶ್ರೀಗುರು ದೀನತಾರಿಣಂ ಚೈತನ್ಯಮೀಶ್ವರಂ. ಓಂ ಅಜ್ಞಾನತಿಮಿರಂಧಸ್ಯ ಜ್ಞಾನಾಂಜನಾಶಲಾಕಯ ಚಕ್ಷುರುನ್ಮಿಲಿತಂ ಯೇನ ತಸ್ಮೈ ಶ್ರೀಗುರುವೇ ನಮಃ. ನಮಃ ಓಂ ವಿಷ್ಣುಪಾದಾಯ ಕೃಷ್ಣಪೃಷ್ಠಾಯ ಭೂತಲೆ ಶ್ರೀಮತೆ ಭಕ್ತಿವೇದಾಂತ ಸ್ವಾಮಿನಿತಿ ನಾಮಿನೇ. ನಮಸ್ತೆ ಸರಸ್ವತೆ ದೇವೆ ಗೌರವಾಣಿ ಪ್ರಚಾರಿಣಿ ನಿರ್ವಿಶೇಷ ಶೂನ್ಯವಾದಿ ಪಾಶ್ಚಾತ್ಯ ದೇಶ ತಾರಿಣಿ. ಜಯ ಶ್ರೀ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಚೈತನ್ಯ ಪ್ರಭು ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಶ್ರೀ ಅದ್ವೈತ ಗದಾಧರ ಶ್ರೀವಾಸದಿ ಗೌರ ಭಕ್ತ ವೃಂದ. ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ 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 ಹರೇ ಹರೇ. ಹರೇ ರಾಮ 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 ಹರೇ ಹರೇ. Hare Krishna. Welcome all for Bhagavatam study. Continue reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 15. Text 12, right, today?
Correct, Prabhuji. Correct, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Who is going to read?
Shall I read, Prabhuji?
It's not been allocated, huh? Shruti Mataji, are you there? It's been allocated?
Yes, no, Prabhuji, it has not been allocated.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Yat dejasada Bhagavan Yuti Sula Panir Vismapita Sahirijo Staram Sagirijo Staram Astaram Atan Nijam Me Anyepi Saham Amunaiva Kalevarena Prapto Mahendra Bhavane Mahat Asanardam. Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation. It was by his influence only that in a fight I was able to astonish the personality of God Lord Shiva and his wife, the daughter of Mount Himalaya. Thus he, Lord Shiva, became pleased with me and awarded me his own weapon. Other demigods also delivered their respective weapons to me, and in addition, I was able to reach the heavenly planets in this present body and was allowed a half elevated feat. Purport. By the grace of Sri Krishna, all the demigods, including Lord Shiva, were pleased with Arjuna. The idea is that one who is favored by Lord Shiva or any other demigod may not necessarily be favored by the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. Ravana was certainly a great devotee of Lord Shiva, but he could not be saved from the wrath of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Ramachandra. And there are many instances like that in the histories of the Puranas. But here is an instance where we can see the Lord Shiva became pleased even in the fight with Arjuna. The devotees of the Supreme Lord know how to respect the demigods, but the devotees of the demigods sometimes foolishly think that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is no greater than the demigods. By Supreme Personality, by such a conception, one becomes an offender and ultimately meets with the same end as Ravana and others. The instances described by Arjuna during his friendly dealings with Lord Sri Krishna are instructive for all who may be convinced by the lessons that one can achieve all favors simply by pleasing the Supreme Lord Krishna, whereas the devotees or worshippers of demigods may achieve only partial benefits, which are also perishable, just as the demigods themselves are. Another significance of present verse is that Arjuna, by the grace of Lord Sri Krishna, was able to reach the heavenly planets even with the self same body and was honored by the heavenly demigod Indradeva, being seated with him half elevated. One can reach the heavenly planets by the pious acts recommended in the Shastras in the category of fruitive activities. And as stated in the Bhagavad Gita 9.21, when the reactions of such pious acts are spent, the enjoyer is again degraded to this earthly planet. The Neon is also on
Moon.
the moon is also on the level with the heavenly planets, and only persons who have performed virtues, only performing sacrifice, giving charity, and undergoing severe austerities can be allowed to enter into the heavenly planets after the duration of life of the body. Arjuna was allowed to enter into the heavenly planets in the self-same body simply by the grace of Lord, otherwise it is not possible to do so. The present attempts to enter into the heavenly planets by the modern scientists will certainly prove futile because such scientists are not on the level of Arjuna. They are ordinary human beings without any assets, sacrifice, charity, or austerities. The material body is influenced by the three modes of material nature, namely goodness, passion, and ignorance. The present population is more or less influenced by the modes of passion and ignorance, and the symptoms for such influence are exhibited in their becoming very hasty and greedy, very lusty and greedy. Such degraded fellows can hardly approach the higher planets, higher planetary systems. Above the heavenly planets, there are many other planets also, which only those who are influenced by goodness can reach. In heavenly and the other planets within the universe, the inhabitants are are all highly intelligent many more times than the human beings, and they are all pious in the higher and highest mode of goodness. They are all devotees of the Lord, and although their goodness is not unadulterated, still they are known as demigods, possessing the maximum amount of good qualities possible within the material world. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So we all know the background. Arjuna is narrating to Yudhishthira Maharaj what happened because Lord Krishna has left him. Now he is narrating because of Lord Krishna's mercy, what all things he has done. the previous verse, we heard how he, was saved, Durvasa, and all those, how he is saved from Draupadi. All this been explained. Now he's saying that how he could fight with the Lord Shiva, and he could kind of impress Lord Shiva. And also it talks about how he could go to Indraloka. Indra, of course, is his own father in that perspective. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada talks about saying that the great and supreme personality Godhead Krishna, all the demigods, including Shiva, were pleased with Arjuna. So Prabhupada brings out a point here that if one is pleased by Lord Krishna, everybody else gets pleased, not other way around. Prabhupada gives example, Ravana. The Ravana worshipped Lord Shiva, but Lord Rama killed Ravana. But here, Arjuna fought against Lord Shiva, but because he was pleased with Lord Krishna, Shiva also got pleased. Shiva also, supported him. So that is a pastime here. Once, when Arjuna was I think in the forest, there was a boar comes in front of him. So Arjuna shoots arrow. The arrow hits the boar, and at the same time there was a hunter who also hit the arrow. Both arrow hit the boar same time. So boar killed. Now Arjuna went to climb the body of the boar, and the same time hunter also came. There was a fight. Who should take the boar? So the fight went on quite some time. Arjuna could not defeat the hunter. In a material perspective, was an ordinary hunter. So Arjuna could not defeat him. Arjuna could not realize who is that hunter. So Arjuna made a Shaligram Shila, not Shaligram, sorry, Shivalinga, and started worshipping Lord Shiva. Seeing this, Lord Shiva is pleased, and Lord Shiva revealed his real position. And then we gave him a Pashpatastra. The point is that Prabhupada brings out here that just because Arjuna was pleased, Arjuna pleased Krishna, Lord Shiva also pleased. So devotees of the Supreme Lord know how to respect demigods. This is an important point Srila Prabhupada brings out. So as a devotees of Krishna, we should know how to deal with the devatas, Devi devatas. First of all, in this purport, last Prabhupada brings out saying that these Devi devatas, they are called demigods. They are from a higher planetary system, and they are highly intelligent, and they are devotees of the Lord, and they are serving Krishna directly. So they are much above ordinary human being. So even though we call them demigod means kind of deputy. It's not anything less. We should not kind of insult. So that's the important point we need to understand. So Prabhupada says the devotees of the Supreme Lord knows how to respect demigods. We should respect them. At the same time, we need to understand their position and Krishna's position. So we worship Krishna, we respect Devi Devatas, because they are also worshipping Krishna. In that perspective, we respect them. But Prabhupada also brings out the devotees of the demigods sometimes foolishly think the Supreme Personality Godhead is not greater than the demigods. So this is the other way around. Sometimes the devotees of those devatas, Devi devatas, they will degrade Krishna, which is foolishness. So that foolishness, the devotees of Lord Krishna we should not do this foolishness. So we should always respect them and give them a due respect. Like any Vishnu temple also we could see, right? After every arati, the prasad is given to all Devi Devatas. There are stones representing each Devi Devatas. They're given a prasad. They're given their due rights. So as the devotees, we should give their respect to them. We should not at any cost, we should not degrade them or insult them in any way. So that's the important point Prabhupada brings out here. So also Prabhupada says that one can achieve all favors simply by pleasing the Supreme Personality Sri Krishna. So this is the statement Prabhupada makes. Simply by pleasing Krishna, we can achieve all the favors. We can get anything and everything what you want just by pleasing Krishna. This is the bottom line we should understand, because many times, sorry, Many times I think because of my power, my influence, my intelligence, my bank balance, my political influence, I achieve something. These are all, if at all I done something, that's a very, very minute, that's a very insignificant. Whereas in front of Krishna, there's nothing. Krishna's favor is such a huge, favor. So here, Prabhupada also brings out how Arjuna could go to Indraloka in self same body. Now, maybe at this stage, I'll ask questions. All of you can answer. And the last, what are other examples where the devotees went either to Swarga or Goloka Vrindavan, the self same body? Generally, we cannot go to Swarga or any other higher planets in the same body. We have to leave this body, we get a different body. Like if you're going to heaven or if you're going to Vaikuntha, Goloka, we cannot take this body. But there are other examples who went the Goloka or Vaikuntha, the self-same body. Devotees can make note and we can share in the last. Who are other examples? Here, Arjuna could go to Indraloka, the self-same body, and he had a interaction with Indra and other devatas, and we have got a lot of weapons from them also. They kind of gave a royal treatment to Arjuna, of course, because he is Indra's son. But at the same time, the point is that the Arjuna's capabilities is because he was a great devotee of the Lord. That is the point. So Prabhupada brings out from Bhagavad Gita 9:21, he says, so Kshine Punya Martya Loka Vasanti. So says that whatever punya we got when you go to Swarga, everything will be once finished, will be thrown out. The translations, when they have thus enjoyed the vast heavenly senses pleasure, and the results of their pious activities are exhausted, they have to return to this material planet again. Thus, those who seek sense enjoyment by adhering to the principles of three Vedas achieve only repeated birth and death. So Prabhupada brings out this 9:21, where Krishna says that those who go to heaven because of their punya, because of their past credit, they go to heaven. But once their past credit finished, they'll be thrown out. They have to come back to this material world. This material world is only the place where they can perform devotional service and go back home. And then the repeated birth and death, punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam goes on. So whereas we can go to the heavenly planets, Prabhupada says, by performing sacrifice, by giving charity, undergoing the services, austerities, and finally performing devotional service, we can go back home, back to Godhead. We can get to heavenly planets by performing sacrifice, charity, or past credits. But if you want to go back home, back to Godhead, pure devotional service, Shuddha Sattva, the transcendental service to the Supreme Lord, pure love, that is the only we can achieve. To that, we have to make sure that all our the punya or papa, everything is finished. We should be clean slate so that we can go back home, back to Godhead. So that's why Prabhupada brings out that such person can be allowed to enter in the heavenly planets after the duration of life of this body. So when the life of this body, when this body's expiry date comes, yes, we can go back home, back to Swarga. But again, that is not a permanent place. That is kind of a 5-star hotel, where you have money, you can enjoy. But as soon as money is finished, you will be brought down. Either your bags will be thrown out. Sometimes it's said that we would have heard shooting arrows. The people will be thrown by holding their leg and will be thrown out from the heaven. So we have to come back only. So Prabhupada says, symptom of such influence are exhibited in their becoming very lusty and greedy. So those people in the mode of passion, especially passion ignorance, their population is more or less influenced modes of passion. And because of their lusty and greedy nature, they develop this more passion and more of ignorance and passion. And such people will degrade it and they can hardly approach higher planetary systems. So at least to go to higher planning systems, we should come to the mode of sattva guna or goodness. But if you want to go back home, back to Godhead, we have to pure goodness or Shuddha Sattva. That's the time we can only think about going back. Otherwise, even if you go to heaven, we have to come back. Heaven is also not the permanent place. So Prabhupada says, they are all devotees of the Lord. Yeah, this is the point I was telling, that how these devatas, Srila Prabhupada says that they are all devotees of the Lord, although their goodness is not unadulterated. Still, they are known as demigods, possessing maximum amount of good qualities possible within the material world. So, Devi Devatas have got some sense gratification point, are they are not pure devotees in that perspective. They are serving Krishna, but they have a certain kind of sense enjoyment, especially the Indra. We could see the so many pastimes how Indra, whenever somebody does something, he gets agitated. Like Prithu Maharaj, when he wanted to perform yajna, under yajna, he stole horse. He did so many naughty things. Similarly, he does in Vrindavan, when Vrindavan Vasis did not offer their his annual offering. They offered to Govardhan. He poured heavy rain and wanted to destroy the Vrindavan. This how Indra does that. And in even Supreme Personal Godhead, when Supreme Lord wanted a Parijata tree, he started fighting with the Lord Krishna himself. So this is the mood of Indra or Devi Devatas. They are serving Krishna, but at the same time, they have sense enjoyment. But they are much above any human being. This is the point we need to understand. So there are 2 points here, talk about how Arjuna, because of his pure service to Krishna, he could even defeat Lord Shiva. Of course, Lord Shiva was in disguise. And once Lord Shiva realized Arjuna is blessed by Krishna, Lord Shiva also pleased and he gave Pashpatastra. And because of Lord Krishna's favor, he could go to heaven in the same body. So that's another point Prabhupada brings out here. So here I just wanted to bring out a few points about how Srila Prabhupada himself talk about his own mood, especially the humility, how Prabhupada humility. I was just reading 1 or 2 quotes today, how Srila Prabhupada is so humble in his mood. There are a few quotes I'll share. Not will read everything, but a few will read. It's really touching our heart how Srila Prabhupada so humble. Yeah. Prabhupada writes here in a letter, January 18, 1968, although because you are all already acquainted with Krishna, I have no objection of accepting you as my disciple. Practically, I do not have any disciples. I select so many masters to train them in the service of the Lord. Your natural attraction for Krishna makes it show that your previous birth, you have cultured this Krishna consciousness. See how in Srila Prabhupada writes to his disciples. He says, you are all my masters, his own disciples. And he says, because of you people, I'm able to serve you. See, the next one is still much better. He says, Srila Prabhupada writes a letter March 10, 1969. From my personal point of view, I think that I am so sinful that I cannot even approach Krishna to show me any favor. But I have only one hope. My spiritual master is very kind. So, some way or other, he is dragging me towards Krishna. That is the only hope. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita says, therefore, Lord Guru Krishna, by the mercy of spiritual master, by the mercy of Krishna, one gets into Krishna consciousness. Narada Muni is our original spiritual master. He has dragged so many fallen souls towards Krishna, and we are also hoping to be dragged by him through the disciplic succession. Otherwise, if we were study our own qualification, there is none. rather have got many disqualification. Who's saying this? Srila Prabhupada, who is Satyavesha avatar of Krishna, who has done such an international organization all over the world, established more than 108 temples, written more than 85 books, and traveled all over the world 14 times. Such a great personality. He says, I'm so sinful. See the humility of the person. So this is the, what as a practicing devotees, I should imbibe. What is my level? I should understand that. We read one more. Next quote, Srila Prabhupada, the Srila Prabhupada letter, March 12, 1970, he says, the kindly words that you have used in this connection are very much pleasing, but the credit goes to my Guru Maharaj. He asked me to take up this job as soon as I met him in 1922. Unfortunately, I was so worthless that, sorry, what happened? Okay. So I delayed the matter until 1960. Why echo is happening? I delayed the matter until 1965, but he is so kind that by force he engaged me in his services. And because I am very much worthless, therefore he has sent me so many of his nice representatives, the beautiful American boys and girls like you. I am so much obliged to you that you are all helping me in discharge of my duties towards my spiritual master. Although I was so much reluctant to execute it, after all, we are all eternal servant of Krishna, and by the divine will of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakura, we are now combined together. Although originally we are born in different parts of the world, unknown to one another. This is the way Krishna attractions. Let us, with a great enthusiasm, preach this cult all over the world, make the people happy. They are missing the central point, Krishna, and our duty is to remind them. Then everything will be all right. So follow the path chalked out by the predecessors, and success is sure. This is how Srila Prabhupada writes. His humility, he's saying, I'm sinful, I'm worthless. This is the mood in Srila Prabhupada takes. Now, as a practicing devotee, how I should understand, how I should behave. That's what I should think. How humble I should be. And many times, because little preaching, little success, I think I've done so many things. This is the foolishness of my behavior. So Srila Prabhupada's such an example. So why I'm bringing out here that even those credit, go to Indra Loka, it has to come back. So what is this material world? So everything will go as soon as we leave this body. So with this, I'll stop here. Now, devotees can share what are the other examples of devotees who went to Swarga or heaven, other planet, Vaikuntha or Goloka in the same body. Okay, so devotees can start. Who want to share? Yes,
Hare
sir.
Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, one I knew is Sant Tukaram Maharaj.
Yes. Yes. Tukarama went in the same body. Yes. Anyone else? Any other? Shruti Mataji.
I'm not sure, but Nachiketa, he went to ask a question, not after death. He went to Yamlok to ask question from Yamraj. So I don't know whether I can tell it as the same body he went or like that. So that I'm not sure, Prabhuji.
I'm not sure, Mataji. I'm not sure. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. If no, other devotees can share their comments. We'll start from Umashankar Prabhu. Yeah. Sumit Prabhu, go ahead. Yeah.
Sorry, Guru, I was away for a moment. What was the question? Is it about the devotees who went to other
Yeah, the
planets?
Vaikuntha or Goloka Vrindavan or heaven in the self-same body.
I remember in I think it was Brihad Bhagavatam, the Gopkumara went
Mm.
to different planets. Finally, he reached Golaka. That example I remember.
Mhm.
Other
They
than
went in the
that,
self-same body?
I think he was in the same body.
Okay.
Other than
Kumaras,
that,
Sanat Kumaras, I understand that.
not the Sanat Kumar, Gop Kumaras.
Okay,
Gop
okay.
Kumar.
Okay.
So that is the only instance I remember.
Okay. What about
And
Dhruva?
Dhruva doesn't go in the same body, I guess, Prabhu.
Mhm.
Like that portion I have not read
Uh,
carefully, Prabhu.
Okay, maybe we can check that. What I remember that when he went and sat in the plane.
And
And
Narad Muni, Prabhu. Narad Muni is
of
going
course,
everywhere.
yeah. Narada Muni anyway.
He's going
He's
everywhere.
beyond.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe we can check on Dhruva's case, self-same body or not. I don't know. Okay. Because what I remember that he stamped on death personified and sat on the plane which has come from the Vaikunta. So anyway, so yeah, others you can share your comments. Uma Shankar Prabhu, you can start with your comments.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, sorry Prabhuji, joined late.
No problem.
Not able to.
Any comments?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, one second. In
Yes.
that Gajendra Moksha, Lord himself came and took Gajendra to Moksha. Is it correct, Prabhuji?
But whether he took him in the self-same body or he took only the Atma, that's the point.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Here,
Okay.
Arjuna could go to Indraloka in the self-same body and came back in the self-same body. That's the point. Similarly, this one, Santa Tukaram went in the same body.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Okay. Varsha Mataji, any comments?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Mm.
Thank you for the class. I don't know much about this thing, but today I lost the connectivity. But from today's takeaway was uh, like we should be humble, how Prabhupada was humble, and we should respect all the demigods, but pray the
Worship.
Krishna, worship Krishna. How like Arjuna's example you gave with the Shivalinga and all. That's what is the takeaway, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Shruti Mataji, any comments?
No, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare.
Okay. Next, yeah, Mariappan Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
No
If
problem.
Supreme Lord is pleased, everyone, including demigods and Lord Shiva, also pleased. Each and every living entities come forward to support, and we must learn to respect all demigods. At the same time, we must understand the status position of their this thing, comparing to Supreme Lord Krishna, because Supreme Lord Krishna is the ultimate and he is in the supreme level in the whole universe is being administered by him, and pious activities will promote one to reach heavenly planets. However, again, after exhausting the credit in higher planets, we have to again come back to this earth. So, hence, we must learn to perform all karmas as akarmas, so that we will not have any credit in our this thing, and we will not have the cycle of birth and death again. And demigods are very highly intelligent. However, they are after sense gratification. However, I must learn to uh, give their due respect, and I must learn to how to treat their this thing level, and I must be humble, and I must give them all possible respect. That much I have understood,
Okay,
Prabhuji.
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Lakshmi Mataji, any other points?
Hare Krishna, same points, Prabhuji. We
Okay.
should respect all Devi Devatas. By pleasing Krishna, we can get anything. Here, what to say? Arjuna received Pasupatastra.
Correct.
Everything is because of Krishna. And he went on his own same body also to Swarga, all because of the mercy of Krishna only.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Deepak Prabhu, anything you want to say?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Mainly, if Supreme Lord is pleased, everybody is pleased. And also about the humility of Srila Prabhupada. These are the main takeaways, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Deepak Prabhu, can you on your camera once? Because your face and voice, normal your voice and this voice makes a lot of difference, bro. When we meet, your voice is, I don't know, here I hear a little different voice. So, okay, thank
No,
you,
I
bro.
had little bit throat pain, Prabhuji.
Oh,
Little bit throat pain I had, maybe that's why.
okay. That's why I'm wondering. Okay, what happened? Okay, thank you, Prabhu. No problem. Okay, Bhaskar, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Dandavad, Prabhu. We all are part and parcel of Krishna, but somehow we got like we are just away from him. But if we chant, or if we take his name, or if we remember him, then we are like connected with Krishna. True, I have one small doubt that even Ravana and Kamsa, we say that they were like envious and God has killed, but they were both were great devotee of eternally. They were Jaya Vijaya, so eternally they were great like servant of Lord. But how come this materially they have performed Leela so with Lord? So how to understand, Prabhu? Maybe we all are eternally his servant, so don't know why we are here. We are just doing what we don't know what we
Yeah.
what how to understand, bro?
See, they were Jaya Vijaya. They've been cursed by the Kumaras. So with the Lord's arrangement, they took the body because there was option for them to 7 devotees body or 3 demons body. So they preferred to demons body because they want to come back to Krishna faster. Now the point, yes, this is a Leela because there is a reason behind it. Why Lord is cursed? Because Jaya Vijaya were sitting in at the gate of Vaikunta, they were thinking, Lord Vishnu got all the opulences. He can enjoy anything and everything. But one thing is missing. He is not able to enjoy the fighting spirit. With whom he'll fight? There's nobody to fight. So they thought, yes, we should give their service. So to fight with Krishna, we need an equivalent person. So Jaya Vijaya had the desire. So Vishnu fulfilled the desire. So that's why they're born as demons, so that they can fight with the Krishna, give them the fighting Veera Rasa. That's why they become the demons and they give the service to Krishna. Yes, from the point of view, they were demons, but in the real reason is that they give a service to Krishna. So, but we cannot compare, at least I cannot say that I am that, no. I'm fallen from this material world because of the desire to enjoy the material world. So I'm the patita, I'm fallen soul. So I cannot compare with that. That's the point. Hope that answers the question, bro.
Yes, bro. Thank you, bro. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Asha Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Krishna.
My takeaway today, worship Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead and respect all the demons.
Thank you. Sumit Prabhu, any other missing point on that? Yes.
Yeah, bro. So yeah, all the points are discussed. So like by pleasing Krishna, all the demigods are also pleased. In case of Lord Shiva, we have seen that he got pleased by Arjuna because Lord was already pleased with Arjuna, and also we can see in this the limitation of material science also, like how Arjuna went to the uh, Golok, sorry, the Swargaloka by the
Indraloka.
grace Indraloka, by the grace of our Lord. But the modern scientists, they want to go on other planets mechanically. So even if they are reaching other planets, they are not able to access that dimension, because that dimension can be accessed through that spiritual way only, by the spiritual elevation of the consciousness, and by the Lord's arrangement. So that cannot be mechanically accessed. And about the nature of the heavenly inhabitants also, we saw here, like they are all the devotees of the Lord, but still their goodness is still mixed with some qualities of material existence. So they have they are highly intelligent, and they have very nice qualities, and reside in the mode of goodness, but still there is some mix of material existence. So when that is purified, then they will be liberated. Yeah, Prabhu. That's all from myself.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. So we'll end here. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyacha patitana pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. See you tomorrow, same time. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Mati Mataji, possible allocate the sloka, Mataji, please.
Prabhuji, yes, I'll allocate it today. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.